Taking your children on a grocery shopping trip? Listen as I share some ways that you can make grocery shopping with your children a learning experience. Hi, I'm Rebecca with the Parent Teacher Bridge, where you can find the ideas and resources you need to empower you to become your child's most influential teacher. Today, we're talking about taking your kids grocery shopping, every parent's favorite, right? All right, before we begin, make sure you click like and subscribe. And as I go along through this video, if you have any questions, if you have any comments, please put them in the comment section below. Do people take their children grocery shopping anymore? I know it almost seems like it's a thing of the past. If you're a teacher, drop a line down below and let me know. What do your students say? Do they ever get to get out and go into a grocery store? With online shopping and grocery pickups, I can understand why some parents may not have their children with them when they go to grocery shop. It's not always fun. It's not always easy. But if you're like me and you homeschool, you have your children with you most of the time. And if you make a grocery shopping trip anytime during normal daytime hours, they're going to be with you. For our family, sometimes it's all three of my children. Sometimes it's only one, and sometimes it's two of them. It really just depends. I've gone early and I've gone late. We live in town and the grocery store is convenient. So let's get right into it. What can you do on that trip, whether you've got little ones or big ones, that can help make it a learning experience for them? Number one is spatial awareness. Now, you might laugh at this, but how many of you have had your child pushing the grocery cart behind you and then they run over your ankle? No one wants to feel that, right? Or we've got people doing the personal shopping for others and they've got those big carts and you need to make sure you're out of the way. Or how many of you have been in the grocery store and someone is with their children, but they're not doing a good job at keeping their children away out of other people's area that they need to pass through the aisle. So spatial awareness is a big thing, and just having common courtesy as you navigate the store with your grocery cart. Number two is sorting. Did you realize that sorting is actually a math skill? It is. It's something that a lot of early math students will practice. But you can practice sorting when you go to the grocery store. This could be where you place things in the cart so that certain things don't get smashed, or if you want some of your cold things together in the cart. And also, when you start bagging the groceries at the end, sorting is a very valuable thing to learn and practice with your child. Number three, estimating and skip counting. So we like to look at the price tags, right? And a lot of those end in a 99. That's the wonderful example you have there where you can just round it up. Or if something says it's 2 for $5, you can even help your child learn to divide. So lots of things that you can do with the pricing tags in a grocery store. Number four, following directions and reading the signs. So we have the signs above the aisle. Sometimes I can't find what I'm looking for. I might do a talking aloud instance where I model for my children. Okay, now I was looking for spices. Where am I going to see spices or baking products? And I just point out that there are signs above us. There are numbers for the aisles. And they're going to pay attention to that too because I'm modeling it for them. And my children have really helped me out sometimes in a pinch when I realize that I forgot something and I've already got everything out on the cart, onto the runway. And then I might have to ask one of my children, can you please go down to aisle number 8 and get a loaf of bread? And so they've learned how to do that and they're comfortable with the grocery store. Number 5, you could hand your child a box of crackers or a cereal box, and you could keep them busy by asking them things like, can you find the letter B? Can you find a B on that box? What letter makes the B sound? And you can just keep them busy, but they're also learning. Number 6 is making a grocery list. Now, I have done this before on my own at home, and then I hand it to my child and I let them try to read the list to me. But also, if your child is just learning how to sound things out and write things down, sometimes I will say the words aloud at home while I'm doing something else like wiping down the kitchen or doing laundry. And I'm telling my child the words, letting my child attempt to write them or spell them on their own. It makes them feel really big. And if they are spelling phonetically, most of the time you can figure out what they were trying to say. Number 7 is for older children, and that is paying attention to the unit prices and then making comparisons on which product you need to buy. Do you need to buy the 28 ounce? Do you need to buy the 14 ounce? And that can help if your child is in like middle school math and they're ready to learn things like ratios, if they're able to divide and make some estimations along the way. But you will have to model that for them. And if you need, just take out your phone and use the calculator with that. Number 8, a very important thing to learn is to pay attention to nutrition facts when you're buying things from the store. And so if you are picking up that box and looking at the back and talking about, how much sugar is in that product, your child is going to learn from that, and they're going to be paying attention to things like that as well. No, it doesn't come in a box, but in a jar of spaghetti sauce, you can see how some of the products have had so much sugar added. So I like to draw attention to that so my children are aware of what's in their food. Number 9, the last thing I have on this list, and please write a comment below if you can think of something else that I forgot, and that is checking out, scanning, and bagging. So we have so many personal checkout stations at our store, and we don't always get to be checked out by someone who's an actual cashier. And my children have done it with me so much. At first it was, just a fun thing and they wanted to scan it and it took a little bit of time. But now they've done it so much that I don't even have to ask their help. They just go on to the end of the runway and I scan the item and they just go ahead and start bagging. And because I've allowed them to practice bagging over the years, they know what they're doing. I know that they can trust them. They're going to watch the eggs. They're going to watch the bread. They're going to watch where they put those things. And one day, if they choose to work at a grocery store or to be a personal shopper, they're going to be more aware of those things as well. Okay, so what did I leave out? Those are 9 things to help make your grocery shopping trip a learning experience for your children. One thing that comes to mind I did not have on my list, and I'll share this little story with you, is because we have so many of those self-checkout stations, it actually increases the likelihood of someone either unintentionally walking away with their product and not paying for it or downright stealing. And my children have been with me 2 different times when we have witnessed those situations. One of them, we were getting assistance with our checkout station from a cashier, and that cashier was supposed to be watching 6 stations total. And the minute he comes over, I see out of the corner of my eye this cart that's full of huge bags of dog food, some very expensive air fryer, and then several stacks of steaks. And I thought, that just doesn't go together. And he just walked so casually past me. And I looked at the cashier that was helping me and I said, did he pay for that? And he said, who? That guy, he just walked out with a bunch of steaks, dog food, and an expensive air fryer that was over $200. And he actually, reported him, went and ran the guy down and everything. And so that was a big learning experience for my children. Another time we were at a self-checkout station and someone was by themselves and they got distracted. They went down and put their products in their bags. And then from that, put their bags in their cart and started walking off. But I could not check out next because they had not paid for their food and their products. So we drew attention to that one in a polite way. And that person, it was just that they had forgotten. So I guess you could say now that we have 10 ways that you can make grocery shopping a learning experience for your child. If you're homeschooling, your kids are always with you and they are always learning. If you're not homeschooling and you're stopping at the end of a busy day with your children at the grocery store, I've been there. I know what that's like. And your children can still be learning any of these things too. So if I leave out something, drop it in the comment section below. Be sure to check out my website, theparentteacherbridge.com. I have some more resources for you there. And remember, parents, you are your child's most influential teacher.